Hello everyone, how are you all? I'm sure everyone is doing great. So, my name is Amit and I welcome you all in today's session in which we are going to discuss one of the very interesting topic of maths, that is trigonometry. So, before starting this session, let us revise some important concept, important theorem which will be used in this chapter very often, and that theorem is Pythagoras theorem. This is very easy theorem. It tells us what? It tells us the relationship between the sides of a right angle triangle. As we can see in a triangle, we have three sides. We are calling it as a right angle triangle because one of the angle of the triangle is 90 degree. So this theorem tells us that the square of the longest side of a right angle triangle is equal to the sum of square of other two sides. So which is the longest side in this triangle? The side which is opposite to 90 degree. And we have a special name for it. The name of this side is hypotenuse. Okay. And the side on which this side is standing, we call it as a base. And the third side, we call it as a perpendicular. These are some special names which we have given to the sides of a right angle triangle. Okay, so relationship tells us that the square of the longest side is equal to what? It is equal to the sum of other two sides of the triangle. So h square is equal to p square plus b square. Using this, we can form two more equations. So suppose if we have to find out the length of this hypotenuse, if we know the values of p and b, so that is going to be that we can calculate it as h equals to square root of p square plus b square. In the same way, if we know hypotenuse and perpendicular, we can calculate the value of base as square root of hypotenuse square minus perpendicular square. And third one, if we have to calculate perpendicular, then perpendicular will be hypotenuse square minus base square. So keep remember these formulas. We will use this formula very often in this chapter. Okay, so let's come to our today's topic, that is trigonometry. So first question arises, why we are learning this chapter? What is the need to study this chapter, trigonometry? So trigonometry is used in measuring the height of a mountain, tower or building. So using the knowledge of trigonometry, we can easily calculate what is height of any mountain, what is the height of any tower or building. As you can see here, if we have to calculate the height of this glacier, then using right angle triangle and the concept of trigonometry, we can easily calculate it. In upcoming sessions or in this session further, we'll learn how we will use the knowledge of trigonometry to calculate that. I'm sure everyone must have traveled through flight, no? So when you are traveling, you must have seen that our flight, when it is taking off, it is taking off at a certain angle. When it is going down, when it is landing, at that time also it is inclined at a certain angle. So is it that they can elevate at any angle? They can come down at any angle? No. There is some specific angle at which they need to uh, incline the plane for proper landing and proper takeoff. So how to calculate, how to know at which angle they should take off, at which angle they should come down, that we can calculate using the knowledge of trigonometry. So trigonometry is used to decide the path of an aeroplane from landing to takeoff in the calculation of speed, direction and slope using the knowledge of trigonometry. Okay, during landing and takeoff, what angle they should start, at which angle they should decline, these all informations is calculated using the knowledge of trigonometry. Okay, trigonometry is also used in radar system to calculate the direction and speed of moving object. You must have seen somewhere in movies or also heard that at the boundary of our nation, what radar system is set up to check whether any enemy planes are entering or not. So how they are doing it, so use that this technology also uses the information or knowledge of trigonometry. So this chapter is very important. So let's start this chapter by understanding what trigonometry is. So trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with the relationship of angles of right angle triangles with the ratio of the sides in a triangle. So for better understanding, let's see, there is a triangle. As you can see, I have drawn one right angle triangle, and how many sides are there? There are three sides. Sides are AB, BC and AC. This triangle is right angle at B. So using these sides, how many ratios we can make? So for making ratios, we need to take any two sides. So I can make a ratio as what? I can write it as AB upon AC. I can write the ratio of AC upon BC. We can write AC upon AB. We can write other ratios as BC upon AB, BC upon AC, so and BC upon AB. So using the sides of a right angle triangle, we can form total 6 ratios. And in trigonometry, we have given some special name to all these 6 ratios. So let us see what are those ratios. So in trigonometry, we have total 6 ratios. What are the ratios, trigonometric ratios? One is sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant and cotangent. Okay, the abbreviations which we use for these trigonometric ratios is sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec and cot. So now we need to know which trigonometry ratio is given the name as sine. So in my school time, we have learned one very interesting formula to memorize these. That is PBP upon HHB. Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bole. So these are this formula we use for sine, cos and tan. First ratio is for sine, second ratio is for cos and third ratio is for tan. P upon H is sine, B upon H is cos, P upon B is tan. So very interesting and very easy to remember these ratios. Let me tell you how. So here we have PBP. In right angle triangle, I have told you that P is for perpendicular, B is for base and H is for hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is a side which is opposite to the 90 degrees. So this side is always fixed. It is not going to change. Now how to decide which side is perpendicular and which side is base? So always remember that the side which is opposite to the angle we are talking about, that side will be your perpendicular. So for angle theta, our perpendicular side will be what? AB. Okay, always remember the side which is opposite to the angle is perpendicular. And if we are talking about alpha, then our perpendicular side will be what? That is going to be BC. Okay, keep in mind, always remember that the side opposite to the angle is always, we take it as a perpendicular side, and the side which is along with the angle, that will be your base. So here P is AB, so base will become what? BC. For alpha, your perpendicular is BC, so base will become AB. I hope you understood how to decide which side is perpendicular and which side is base. Now using this formula, using this trick, we can easily calculate which one is sine, which one, what is the ratio for sine. So sine is what? PBP upon HHB is P upon H. So if I am talking about sine theta, so what will be sine theta? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So perpendicular is AB. And hypotenuse, as I told, it is always fixed for right angle triangle, side opposite to 90 degrees. For this one, it is H. If I have to calculate what is cos theta, so cos is what? Base upon hypotenuse, B upon H. So base is what? BC upon AC. Third one, tangent, we have to calculate what is tan theta, P upon B, perpendicular upon base. So tan theta will be AB upon BC. Very simple. If you remember these three, the another three are very easy. Why they are easy? Because cosecant or cosec it is just the reciprocal of sine. Cosecant is what? It is reciprocal of sine. So if sine is perpendicular upon hypotenuse P upon H, then cosec will become H upon P. Secant is opposite of cos, not proportionality sign. Let me use here equal sign. Okay. 1 upon sine and it is 1 upon cos, and cotangent cot is reciprocal of tan. So if you remember sine, cos and tan, easily we can tell cosec, sec and cot. Cosec is reciprocal of sine, sec is reciprocal of cos, and cot is reciprocal of tan. So remember this trick. Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bhole. P by H, B by H and P by B. So make a note of this. Remember it. Let's move ahead. Let's solve one question based on the knowledge which we just now gained on. So here in this question it is saying that in a triangle ABC, right angled at C, if tan A is 1 by root 3, then find the values of sin A into cos B plus cos A into sin B. So first of all, we'll draw one right angle triangle. Let's draw one right angle triangle. It is saying that it is right angle at C. So here it is right angle, so this point is C. Now I can take anyone as A, anyone as B. So here it is saying that tan A is given as what? It is given as 1 upon root 3. So now trigonometric ratio tan A, we know that tan is given by what? Pandit Badri Prasad Har Bhole. So P by B is what? 10. Means P by B is our, so perpendicular is 1 and base is 1 by root 3. So now question is, which one is perpendicular, which one is base? So clearly we are talking about tan A. We are taking this angle. So side opposite to the angle is perpendicular and the other side will be base. So now we have to calculate what? We need sin A, cos B, cos A, sin B. So for that we need the value of hypotenuse, as sin and cos is perpendicular hypotenuse, base upon hypotenuse. So as I told, using Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate the calculate any one side of a right angle triangle if we know other two sides. So let's calculate it. Hypotenuse, we can calculate it using the formula square root of P square plus B square. So P here is 1 square, base here is root 3, so root 3 square. So 1 square is 1, root 3 square is 3, so that is going to be square root of 4, which and everyone knows that is 2. So we got this also. Now what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate sin A cos B plus cos A into sin B. So sin A is what? Perpendicular upon base. So for A, perpendicular is 1. Base A, hypotenuse is 2. Cos is base upon hypotenuse. It is cos B. So base will be what? 1. So 1 in 1 by 2. Same way, cos A is what? Cos A is perpendicular will be 1. Base will be root 3. Hypotenuse will be 2. And sin B, again B with respect to B, perpendicular is root 3. So root 3 upon 2. So it will become 1 by 4 plus 3 by 2 into 2, 4. Simplifying it further, base denominator is same, so just add the numerators. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 upon 4, which is equal to 1. So the value of sin A cos B plus cos A sin B is equals to what? 1. So this is all for today's session. I hope everyone must have understood the basics of trigonometry. So this is all. Thank you. Have a nice day.